Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another video brought to you by SeniorCatWellness.com. If you enjoyed today's presentation and find it informative, please feel free to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and share the content. Today's video subject: 7 ways to stop cats fighting with each other. Before we begin, let's first take a look at today's topic overview. To stop cats fighting over territory, intervene by clapping or breaking the line of sight between the cats. After that, discourage future fights by keeping the two cats separate at all times, socializing one or both cats, or getting them spayed or neutered so that they're less hormonal. The great outdoors can often be a war zone for cats, especially for felines in the wild that are all alone, trying to make the most of life while living off the land. Survival of the fittest is the name of the game, and a cat can really change its fortune by claiming prime territory. Many times this is done through physical altercations. When it comes to your neighborhood, the battle lines are quite similar. While the stakes aren't as high and the fights are likely less intense, territory is still the prime objective. In this environment, you can really have a mixed bag. A house cat just roaming around and a feral cat looking for safe and secure spots. As a cat owner, this is where things can get a bit dicey for you. Your cat out in the elements around unfamiliar foes. Territorial fights are instinctual, and there's not a human alive that can change this. However, this doesn't mean that these fights should simply be allowed to take place without a measure of resistance. Allowing cats to simply run amok, especially in a neighborhood environment, can get quite messy. Not to mention, these battleground feuds can put your cat, perhaps your unsuspecting cat, at great risk. So, where's the starter kit? We've talked about territory wars, but why do so many cats act in such a hostile fashion? While it's typically done as a means to stand ground, protect the turf, and offer up some scare tactics to the outsiders, there's often more to the story. This is why some cats are more aggressive than others when it comes to actual physical aggression. With respect to the neighborhood, there are additional reasons as to why cats within a community can develop negative tensions. The first reason: intact cats. Felines that haven't been spayed or neutered are commonly known as being intact. These cats will have the hormones racing, making them naturally more aggressive and territorial. They'll be more likely to defend their ground and lay the hammer down on any uninvited guest. If you've ever seen a knockdown, drag out cat fight, and I mean a real fight, it's probably something that you soon won't forget. The next reason is the lack of socialization. As they might say in the country, they don't know no better. Felines are taught how to interact in a positive way and resolve disputes when they're young. Mama cat will set them right, teaching respect, basic life skills. However, not every cat receives this measure of tough love. Cats that lack social skills often view every confrontation as a direct threat. They'll take this posture with other cats and even people. Have you ever seen a cat hiss for no particular reason? It could harken back to early development, or in this case, lack thereof. Cats that fail to learn the basics can be quite dangerous. Another reason for a tussle is due to insecurity and defensiveness. Insecure felines, not unlike insecure people, can become overly defensive, taking every little thing as personal. It should come as no surprise that cats that operate in this fashion will maintain a perpetual defensive posture. Fight or flight is always on, no matter what, and there doesn't have to be a challenge or a direct threat. Another reason for a throwdown could involve a clash of personality. This is very common when it comes to territorial fighting. This typically manifests when both cats are equally insecure, defensive, or just downright feisty. Without a cooler head prevailing, both felines are often in the mood to tangle, with neither backing down. And the final reason that we'll touch on today involves a connection to an earlier bad experience. History can sometimes define the present, and if a cat has had traumatic experiences with cats or even with humans, the result is usually insecurity or an extremely fight first style of defensive posture. Motivated to avoid trauma, felines with this attitude are often the strike first types. Now, the reason you're here, well, this is indeed today's topic, It only seemed appropriate to set the stage, because sometimes knowing the why of the fight can help you when it comes to forming a plan to stop future altercations. After all, you need a roadmap before you can make that cross country trip. Knowledge is king. The first line of defense when it comes to stopping cats from fighting involves spaying or neutering. As we mentioned earlier, hormones gone wild can reign supreme unless cats are fixed. While this isn't some type of grand remedy, it will potentially put the lid on those wild and aggressive attacks. You'll have more sound effects and less fighting. Another way to stop cats from fighting is old fashioned direct intervention. Because cats are unlikely to resolve their issues through fighting, they'll continue to fight. However, if you disrupt the tension each and every time you can, this can alter behaviors, as both cats will realize in their own way that this bit just isn't working anymore. Sort of like putting money in a broken vending machine time and time again. In order to intervene, simply clap your hands together, step in the sideline, or attempt to distract at least one cat with positive attention or even snack treats. The next option is to keep a regular routine. This can be used in the neighborhood and even with cats within your own home. Consistency can breed contentment. If cats know what to expect from their surroundings, they'll be less likely to create their own environment and a bit more willing to conform to yours. That's why your house cat is content while you're watching this video and not trying to attack you. They've conformed to your standard of living and standard of acceptance. They have a regular routine and regular expectations of what's expected of them. Another positive option is to keep the cats separate. While this is certainly easier said than done, if your cat often tangles with the neighbor's cat, everything can be stopped if they never see each other outside at the same time. It takes two to make an argument. Work with your neighbor to make sure that at least one cat is inside when the other is out and about. And the final three reasons, and we'll go a bit rapid fire on these, involve getting a microchip cat flap that allows your cat to seek refuge without being followed indoors. Supervised playtime for both your own cat and or your pet and the neighborhood foes. And finally, teaching your cat those positive social skills. This harkens back to what we mentioned early on. Cats, by and large, are less likely to have violent encounters if they've learned the importance of peaceful interactions and how to coexist. Not everything is a battle. Teaching cats to stand down can be a game changer. While it's certainly not uncommon for a neighborhood cat to want to throw its weight around and perhaps look for an easy target to pick on and bully, what if your cat is being bullied by one of your other cats? It's not exactly easy to avoid the brunt of a cat's aggression when everyone is under the same roof. We offer these suggestions. Reduce competition for resources. When essentials are up for grabs, this becomes an easy invitation for intimidation. However, providing essential resources on an individual level can ease those tensions. In different areas of the home, offer up separate beds, litter boxes, scratching posts, toys, and food and water bowls. This will provide each cat with a unique identity, and the need to compete becomes less significant. Next up, create perches and hiding places. Give each cat a unique relaxation spot. Here again, it's really all about dissolving the obvious points of conflict. You go to your cat cave, and I will go to mine. Next, remove scent marking targets. Cats love to mark, rubbing their scent up and down and everywhere, staking claim to everything. And if the power hungry cat has marked up the whole place, this can cause great anxiety for your other pet or pets. This is why it's important to stop territorial aggression by removing the most obvious scent marking targets from your home. Mats and towels, for example, which are ideal marking spots. And finally, similar to the outdoor scuffles, separate your cats. If the bullying continues, something has to give for the sake of your very own personal living space. Confine the cats to specific sides of the home for a few days and then slowly reintroduce under strict supervision. And if you would like more information concerning today's subject matter, please click the initial link in the description box below and join us at seniorcatwellness.com. And once again, feel free to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel if this type of content is of interest to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.